everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. Last day of 2016. Thought I'd share some parting thoughts to start the new year off with. So I was looking at this article about leaders in horse herds and whether or not that was still really an applicable theory that horses need a leader and they follow one leader and stuff like that. And one of the things that really struck me is, here I'll quote it: "We see the highest level of aggression coming from the horse who has the most to lose. This may be because he has a history of being deprived or his basic needs are not currently being met. So this aggression is actually just his defense of what he considers so valuable. Unfortunately, few horse owners are aware of this and incorrectly believe that the most aggressive horse in the field is the alpha or herd leader. This is not the case at all. In fact, more often than not, the horse that is the most aggressive will be the one that is struggling the most." And this really struck me because, they found this out about horses, but this is something that I found out to be true with humans, especially. And you'll see me all the time. I refer to horses and dogs and humans and all that. I say we're practically the same. We all, we have the same core and same base. And then, the languages are different and stuff, and you got to learn, all the difference. But deep down inside, I think we're all the same. So, so that led me to think, well, one of the first things people always say is, how do I make a horse follow me? I want to be the horse's leader. How do I make the horse follow me? And that in itself is an oxymoron. You cannot make a horse follow you or substitute horse for a person. You can't make a person follow you. If you are making anybody follow you, then you're not leading, you're bullying. You're forcing, you're making them, right? It's not their free will. To follow you by free will, which is actually what I think people want, then that means that you actually have to be a leader. So a leader leads. They do not chase. So I'm trying to think and how to explain this further. And a lot of the natural horsemanship stuff, Pirelli and Clinton and stuff like that, they're based a lot on pressure. You pressure, and then Clinton will say, make your horse miserable when he's doing the bad thing and make it easy to do the right thing. So that is how he is guiding the horse or making the horse do what he wants. And another common thing that they'll say is, move the horse's feet. Whoever moves the horse's feet is the leader. Show them who's boss. And so that brings me to think, well, all right, if what is a boss? How do you show someone who's boss? First off, that very phrase is kind of offensive to me. If someone says to me, "Dawn, I'm going to show you who's boss," I'm going to look at them and go, "Oh, really? I'd like to see you try." It's like, yeah, that's not going to work, and it's definitely not going to make me follow you. If we look back at the great leaders of the world, what made people follow them? Oftentimes, you'll see great leaders, and they're very quiet. They're very humble. They don't want to be leaders. They don't seek to be leaders, but people just keep following them, and they feel the burden of being a leader, and they don't want it. But people won't stop following them. Can be kind of annoying, right? But that's what it is to be a leader. It's something more. And if you think back on all the people that you look up to and you willingly want to follow, these are usually people that don't use scare tactics, like, if you do that, you're going to kill your horse, or don't do that, you're stupid, or you must not care for your horse at all. How can you even call yourself a horseman or horsewoman, because you're hurting your horse, you're abusing your horse, da 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 da. All of this forceful scare tactics, lots of pressure to do it their way and stuff. whenever I see tactics like that, that to me is pressure, scare tactics. It's not desirable, and I think back to that quote that people that show this kind of aggression is actually the people that are struggling the most. They are hanging on to one thing that they have found to be true, and they're going to hang on to that for dear life. Versus someone that realizes that life is not so black and white, that there are multiple paths that you can explore and go out and do, and they'll all kind of lead, to the same goal, which is way up higher than we can even imagine. We're not going to focus on this one little path and be stuck here on this one little thing, because we're going up further and the branches spread out a lot more, and it's okay. Different ways are okay. So yeah, I don't know, a lot of people that are so set in their ways and afraid of change, and bully people into going their way. I see this so much on the internet and Facebook. You're trying to look for advice and stuff, and you post something up, and then everyone just jumps on you, and then you have the people that come on and go, oh, well, why would you even do that? That's horrible. You're abusing the horse. I would never do that. Ugh, stuff like that, or even meaner. And I don't take what they have to say very seriously, because I have to wonder about them. If they really were doing something wrong, then the proper way to address that would be to explain to them, hey, okay, why did this work for you? Well, it worked for me because blah blah blah. Okay, well, where are you headed to? Well, I would like to have a horse that follows me and wants to do it. Okay, well, let me show you this way, and then I can show you, well, maybe this way with so much pressure and stuff. Well, okay, so let me break off. Everybody hates going to a car dealership. Everybody hates a hard sale, right? Salesmen that are trying to sell you something and they push too hard, they bully you, they pressure you. It's very stressful. They're not physically abusing you, but you feel that pressure and you don't like it. That's like horses. If you always come out and you're always pressuring them and all that, then they don't like it, and then of course they're not going to follow you when they have the chance or choice. They have the actual choice to. Are they really going to follow you? Now, learned helplessness is another thing. So you can't confuse the two. A horse that has been taught that they are helpless, that they are a victim, that they have no voice, that they need to, sit down, shut up, and do their thing and behave, that's not the same as a horse that is in total liberty. In fact, people that have horses that are in learned helplessness will see a horse that is in total liberty, that can choose to walk away from you if he wishes, that can choose to go over there and nibble on some grass, and they'll go, oh, well, that horse doesn't behave, so you obviously didn't train him right. When it's actually, well, no, actually my horse has total liberty. And if worst comes to shove and I wanted him to come to me, then I could whistle and he'll come right over to me. He's not misbehaving. He's just saying, hey, I'd like to munch on some grass. And why am I such a dictator that I'm going to go, no, you should be 100% focused on me right now because I am in your space, and you should only focus on me. You should only want me. You should only do what I say. That Lasair looked at me. He's like, what are you doing, Mom? But who wants to listen to that? Who wants to be around a person that's like that, So, I mean, you don't want to, as a person, you don't want to be around people like that, so why would a horse? So that to me is more of a leader, and it's a fine line trying to establish that. It's like being a manager at work. How do you motivate your employees? How do you get it so that your employees want to come to work? Well, you pay them a good salary, you make it worth their while, and you empower your employees, you value your employees, you bring them to the table, you listen to what they have to say. You know, so if we look at it in that perspective, paying them a good salary, you know, giving them good feed, and I do carrots. I know a lot of people hate carrots. They say, "Well, I'll create a monster." It's like, well, that to me is just crazy. If you have a friend that comes over for dinner and they bring a little gift with them, then you go, "Oh wow, you didn't have to do that. Oh, that's so great. Thank you so much." And they go, "No, of course. You know, thank you for having us here tonight." That's the way it goes. When I invite someone over for dinner, I don't go, "You better bring me some carrots. You better bring me some presents, some wine, and it better be the good shit too. Don't be all cheap and bring some nasty stuff from the, I don't know, dollar store. You better do this or else," right? Then that person isn't going to want to bring anything, and they're not going to want to come over for dinner. Same thing with a child. You know, you buy your child presents, and it's you know, they go, "Oh, thank you so much, you know, I really wanted that. Oh, you're the best mom, you're the best dad." But if you have a kid that goes, "Oh my gosh, this isn't what I wanted the Xbox blah blah blah, and this is shit," and then they smash their toys and they're being all spoiled and rotten and horrible, then yeah. So these are examples of when people do it. Now, was it the present that caused that, or is it just a problem with their attitude? And can you fix that? Yes, you can. You can fix attitude. You can explain to them, hey, now that is not proper behavior. We don't do that. Look, I'm going to give you carrots. I'm going to give you presents. I'm going to pay you a fair wage. But if you start demanding and being a shit about it, then, you know, we're going to have to address that attitude, because that's a wrong attitude.